What up, everybody? It's your girl Danny coming from a very exhausting day. When I'm recording this, it's Saturday, March 21st. I've had an exhausting night and morning. So this is not a regular episode. This might be mentioned in our end of the month recap, but I kind of wanted to go more in depth and kind of just explain here my frustration of everything that went down last night. Um, because I'm a little frustrated. I wasn't as mad last night, but now that some hours have passed, I'm more angry. So for those of you who don't know, um, yesterday or not yesterday, last night, today, tickets went on sale for GMMTV's annual Laugh Out Love Fest, their LOL Fest. It's a festival they do every year. They get a bunch of their BL actors. It's like a big concert festival. They do it 3 days out of the year. It's supposed to be a lot of fun. They sell exclusive merch. This year, it just so happens that the event is falling the weekend of my 30th birthday. And I thought, you know what? Why not try to get tickets? We're just jumping right into this. I did not get a ticket. I'm gonna put that forward, not to like draw it on and on as like, oh, the suspense of like, did I get one or not? I didn't. Um, I just need to complain about how utterly horrible that ticket experience was because and it's funny because the ticketing place, Thai Ticketmaster Ticket, oh, I think it's called Thai Ticketmaster Ticket Time, whatever the fuck it's called. It is a subsidiary or not a subsidiary. I thought that would be called. It's a Thai Ticket Major. It is owned by, you know, Ticketmaster because of course everything is when it comes to ticketing. Because why wouldn't they have the freaking monopoly on ticketing events outside of the United States? How foolish of me to think that that wouldn't be the case. But basically, um, the tickets went on sale last night, and I figured, let me just try. My hope was that the gods would give me luck since this was an event for my birthday, that I would hopefully get one of the top tier tickets. I was hoping because there were a bunch of tiers. I don't think any of them had none of them had photo ops, which like I get it because it's I think like 10 couples, something like that. And over 3 days, it would cost to be a lot. But the top three tiers had sound check. The top two had guaranteed signed posters. The third tier had like the only 100 per day, which I wouldn't have cared whether the poster was signed or not. And then every tier got a poster, a light stick. Oh, and the two top tiers I think also got like early access to my merch. I was kind of like trying, just wanted to see if I could get it. So I logged in. I want to point out I was hanging out with my girl Lilia, who's not here right now as I'm recording this. I'm kind of doing another test record without her. So who knows if we'll publish this? And if we do, well, hey Lilia, look at what I did. Um, we had come home after a long day because yesterday was the BTS release date. You know, when you hear this, 21st, so 20th. After a long day of us buying albums and kind of hanging out, we got back and I logged in. I was in 3 separate queues, I wanna point out what was so ridiculous. Really 2, but it felt like 3. So, first off, they had a countdown, and mind you, I have bought tickets in the past for BTS tickets, TXT tickets where I got VIP. I've done, San Diego Comic-Con, one of the biggest cons in all of the world. I've done New York Comic Con. So I'm used to doing ticketing queues, and it's really rare that I don't get at least something. You know, even like constantly fighting, I'm always able to get something. I think the one time I didn't get anything was TXT's, I think, 3rd tour when they came to MSG because it's a smaller venue, and I just didn't bother. But even when I don't, it's funny because like, even when I don't get tickets to initial sales, like, I will buy secondhand. That one I just didn't because I just didn't wanna bother taking the time off work. But the point is, it's not unusual for me to, like, deal with hard ticketing sales. This one had 3 days. From what I can tell, the venue is much bigger. I don't think there was any indication it was a lot of seats. I don't know how many seats, but it was, like, supposedly a really big venue. So, I was up for it. I was like, "You know what? I'm gonna try for the top tier seats, and if I don't get that, I will go for the lower bowl seats." maybe that was my mistake, that when I eventually got in, I should have gone for the lower bowl. But basically, there was a timer countdown for the queue. Mind you, I had looked up the day before, a couple days before. I had made my account. I put my passport and everything, saying like, okay, what if the tickets go on sale at 10 a.m. Thai time? What time do I have to be New York time on my computer? And it said 11, so get there 10 minutes before. But as we were on our way home, I had got on the website and there was already a countdown. So I said, oh, maybe this is like the countdown to like the main queue. And then at 10, they let everyone in. Nope. 9 p.m. We were in a countdown for the pre-queue. So it was the countdown. And then when it got in, it was the queue to the queue. So that's like basically being almost in like 3 queues. Well, not 3 queues, but like 2. So again, to the first actual queue, the main queue for when tickets are supposed to go to sale at 10 a.m. Thai time, whatever was here, I think it was like midnight. Oh, no, not midnight. It was early in the day. It was like late. It was like 11 a.m. I was stuck at number 5,000. Wait, well, not 5,000. 519,055. And the only reason I remember that number is when I took a photo, it was stuck on that number the entire night. Even when, and mind you, it took 2 hours for my bar to finally move. I was on Twitter the entire time having to translate other people because I was mostly seeing people in Thailand talking about trying to get tickets. So it wasn't just only me. I wasn't like the only one desperately, having issues with the numbers not moving and things like that. It's just for some reason, nothing was going. And I was like, okay. Maybe this is just an issue. Again, I'm not sure how this works. I also, I guess I should mention earlier in terms of me ticketing buying, it's not like I've never tried buying tickets for an event outside of the country. I did, funny enough, this was like mid-end of COVID, but like still kind of heavy COVID in Korea. I had moved to Korea back many years ago. I couldn't tell you the year right now because I'm not about to look that shit up. It's not important. But the day that I was flying out, I bought a ticket to see Twice because Twice was on tour at the time, to see them in concert in Korea, in Seoul. I believe I went. I either went on I think I went on the 23rd. I got a ticket on the 23rd. So I've done like international ticketing, but this was like a whole new ball game. And I knew that it was going to be different. It wasn't going to be like Korea. It wasn't going to be like every area is different. But it was just weird. Like I was in that queue for 2 hours. I'm not even kidding. This is how frustratingly annoyed I was with the whole situation. Had to take my laptop with me into the shower because every like 20 minutes or so, and then sometimes it was like every couple of minutes, I was getting from the ticketing site asking me if I was still there, if I'm still waiting, that, me clicking yes isn't going to affect if I take to, like, it was asking me and I was like, oh shit. Cause if I don't click it, is it not going to think I'm there and then kick me out? And I was seeing that people were being kicked out and stuff. So finally, I think it's like 1 in the morning, almost 1:30 in the morning. I want to point out, I woke up this morning at 6:50 a.m. because obviously I wanted to watch BTS's Netflix live stream concert. I was not about to miss that. I'm a true and true, but I was like, I need to try to get these tickets. So I was already getting frustrated because I'm already exhausted and I know that I'm gonna be up longer than I want it to be. I didn't think that it was gonna take like 2 seconds to buy these tickets, but holy shit, did I not expect to be up till like, I want to point out, and I texted Lilia, so I have a timestamp of when it happened. I texted Lilia at 3:03 a.m. That is when everything sold out. So I was on there from 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. I didn't get into ticketing until closer to midnight, almost 1 a.m. So let's see, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. I was in that for 6 hours doing this. 6 hours wasted that I could have been sleeping. Like, it was ridiculous. And what I noticed online is that, of course, bots, scalpers, they're a thing everywhere. I was seeing, and I want to reiterate this. I'm kind of going by what I was saying when I mentioned this because I don't want to come off as like I'm blaming one specific group of people, but apparently a lot of the bots and ticketing that was being taken were from people in China, supposedly. From what I was seeing, a lot of people in Thailand who were desperately trying to get tickets were finding tickets that were sold being then automatically resold on, I guess, Chinese-based like ticketing websites on extreme prices. So, bots are a thing everywhere. But the frustration was I got in. It's 3 days. I didn't expect ticketing to be this way. So when you go on the website and you click on the key, like you click on what day you want. So I thought, okay, I clicked on Sunday because my plan was to basically my birthday is that Thursday on the 21st. So my plan was to fly out Thursday night if there are flights outside of, to Thailand at night, and then fly get into Thailand hopefully Saturday morning. My show I picked for was Sunday, so that way, because I don't work Fridays and Saturdays, I wouldn't have lost out on any, I wouldn't lost out on, like, a work day because I had to, fly out. I would have had, my 2 days of paid, and then because that weekend's Memorial Day weekend here, my job is essentially closed, and I'm under a contract, not to get too in detailed, but I have a contract where, like, when we close for a holiday, I still get paid for those days that the schools are closed. So I would have been paid for that Sunday, Monday, and then I have 2 PTO days. So my day was basically going to be Sunday, Monday paid, Tuesday, Wednesday paid because PTO, and then that Thursday would have been the only day I would have missed, and then I would have flown back Friday night or like Saturday that day, and I would have probably been back that Saturday because of the time difference. So basically, the only day I could have really gone was that Sunday. So what I thought was going to happen was that I would have been placed in a queue just for the Sunday day. Stupid me thinking that that was going to be the case. But you could see where I would have thought that because it's a Ticketmaster company, and whenever you do ticketing here for a specific date and venue, you're only in the queue for that specific date and venue. No, we were in the queue for all 3 days, which overstimulated the process because my number wasn't even the highest one. I think there were people who were like, I went in, I opened another internet browser thing on a different user because I have Safari. Oh no, Google Chrome. And when I clicked that one, the number was like in the 700,000s. I think I saw someone was like, there's people like in the millions. I was like, there's no way. For 3 days, we're done. But I kept hopeful because I was like, you know what, maybe. Because people were saying there were a lot of tickets open. But there was an issue. Anytime you clicked on a ticket, nothing would click. And they were right. Because I went in and like I said earlier, like an idiot, I kind of focused on the top tier tickets because there were still a bunch available. And I figured maybe if I keep clicking, something will pop up because it's happened before. No. And then the tragedy of it was that I eventually tried for the lower bowl tickets. I was like, well, you know what, screw it. I just want to be in the room that happens. Nothing was working. What fucking got me was that at one point I was able to click on a ticket and it added to cart, but because I looked away for a second, by the time I realized it and clicked on it, it went away. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Like, what is going on? And everyone was having this exact problem. It seemed like there were people who were getting tickets, but it seemed like it was either we were fighting each other for the tickets and we were also fighting a bot. So I kind of like obviously at 3 a.m. gave up. I'm disappointed. Like I would have liked to have gone and experienced LOL Fest. I watch a lot of GMM shows. I really love a lot of GMM. A lot of the GMM couples that are doing it this year are like Earth Mix. I think Jun Dunk's doing it. First Cow. I'm trying to think of the ones that I have. So I think the reason why I'm not 100% disappointed is because a lot of the couples I've probably already met. So, like, I recently met Pon Puin. I've met who's here? Well, William S. ran past me during Pon and Puin's event, but I've met First Cow. I've met John Dunk. Out of the 12, I've met three and a half. Let's go by three and a half. I could have met William S. I just didn't have the money. Kind of, I'm not regretting that one, but like, and then out of all the couples that I haven't met on here that I would have liked to have met, I think the only ones, well, not met, but like what I would have liked to have seen in person or at least had the chance of doing the high buy thing, the high touch thing would have been I'm a fan of Earth Mix, so them officially William and S would have been nice. I do like Junior Mark, Force Book, and then I think those 4, like, I think all the other couples on here, I'm either haven't really watched in a series yet or have watched a little, I'm not a huge fan of, and it's, like, not so it's not super disappointing. So but it is frustrating because I spent, like, 6 hours of my life doing that, and I have nothing to show for it. So and it's just to see everyone else, especially a lot of people who are in Thailand, who live in Thailand, who couldn't get in, wasting all that time just for bots. Like, apparently a lot of tickets were taken. I don't know if GMM is gonna ratify that by adding another day. My advice, and if anyone's listening to this from Thailand or anything, don't buy the tickets. Don't buy from resellers. That's how they win, and that's how none of this gets fixed. We've seen it time and time again here. But yeah, it's frustrating, like, clicking and clicking and clicking. It was getting to the point where I stayed till 3 in the morning. I know a lot of people gave up before that, but the only reason I stayed was because fuck it, until it says it's sold out, until every ticket is gone, I'm not leaving. And I was there until it officially sold out. Like the poster, I don't know what time it went out. It says 12 hours ago, so maybe that's around the time. I probably fell asleep right as they were putting it up, but I turned it off at 3 in the morning, went to bed at 3:30. So 30 minutes after I was getting everything put away, I was there on the site when all 3 days officially had no tickets left, and that was heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking. As much as I don't sound like I'm more frustrated and disappointed because I wasted my time more than I'm not going. I'm still gonna go to Thailand that week. The plan is to go. I am going to try to keep to my schedule. Maybe I'm gonna try to fly in so I'm still there that Saturday, Sunday that the concert is gonna happen. Not because I'm hoping I'll somehow get in. I'm gonna try to do some research if it's possible for me to at least buy some merch from the fest, and then, try to see, hang out and see like how it's like from the outside before people go in. I know it's gonna be like a 5-hour concert, so maybe I'll explore that area while it's happening and meet some fellow BL fans. Or who knows, maybe I mean again, I want to see if there's a way to get tickets. Maybe I'll get lucky and the venue will have tickets. I don't know. I'm trying to be hopeful. And it's not, I'm still gonna go to Thailand and have fun. I have some things that I want to do. I want to go try to visit the diner from Heart Killers. Obviously I'm gonna go to the GMM building. I would like to see the hotel from Kim Porsche. So there are things, it's like I'm trying not to, the whole trip was not revolving about this. I was originally, I think if you've heard from other episodes, I was originally supposed to go to Sankra. I was gonna go for April. But looking at my finances and all that, while I can feasibly go on the trip and it'll still hurt, well, 'cause everyone's kind of in a financially bad place. It just makes more sense for me to wait and go the week of Memorial so that way I don't lose out on too many paid days, and then that way I can utilize my 2 PTO days and have those 2 holiday days paid off. So, yeah, unfortunately, I won't be able to go for the holiday, but I guess, it's also this is, like, almost a last-minute trip. I should have been planning this months ago, but whatever. But, yeah, so, I mean, not every couple is going, like who was not going? Like, Chris Santos isn't going, Album isn't going. So, there are a couple of GMM and GMM is the only BL, like, company that I watch. Hopefully, maybe some of the Monday events will happen. That's the other thing. As much as I'm sad that like I couldn't get in and I'm gonna make this trip worth it, I am also gonna keep an eye out. Now that I've done ticketing, who knows, maybe because as 'cause that was the thing. Afterwards, I also tried I tried I guess I should admit, I almost forgot this. They actually towards the end when tickets were slowly going on sale, the website I guess was glitching because it would show like zone C had like 100 tickets. So zone like C was the one that I was trying to like get from because it was the lower tier. And then it would kick me out and I would freak out because I was like, "Oh shit, they kicked me out. I'm gonna be back in the queue." No, I would click refresh and then be put back in the queue. But the reason they was kicking me out is because I guess by that point the website was being overwhelmed by so many people that they had to kick them out so they could kind of indicate how many actual tickets they had. So when that happened, as soon as the tickets were all on sale, I went to try, even though I wasn't gonna be there for it, tried buying tickets to 2 other events just to kind of see how it worked. I tried doing the for Cat for Cash final episode event that's next week, and that went in easily, but it didn't let me buy tickets. I was having the same like pop up of like, oh, this seat is taken. And then I tried it for oh my god, what is the first episode viewing of I think Love Upon a Time series? 'Cause I think their first viewings in a couple weeks. That one I was able to, like, click a ticket, get to the ticketing paying page and everything and see how that looks. I was like, "Let me see how this looks." So, I'm going to be keeping an eye out for, announcements on, if any series tend to, like, premiere near around that date that might end up having events or series that are gonna end closer to those dates that might have, like, final episode events to try to get that week, something. Like, I would like to go to an event, and then I know they do a lot of free events, so, GMMTV, I mean, look at William S. They overwork, especially William. He's doing, like, a bajillion things. Who knows? Maybe they'll have their artists do other events that week. They're always doing something, so maybe I'll still get to experience some BL thing. So as disappointed as I am that I didn't get LOL Fest, it is what it is. I guess I'm glad I didn't spend like the $250 and I can save that and put that aside for stuff to do while I'm over there. So yeah, I kind of just wanted to go to a quick tangent. It was ridiculous. I hated that. I'm gonna try again next year. You know, whether I'm gonna possibly still be here. I know I've talked about moving to Japan. Well, probably won't happen until like maybe the end of next year. So maybe I'll try again next year. I'll kind of do it a little bit better. I'm sorry to everyone who tried and didn't get it either, who were frustrated, who were saying the same thing like I was thinking. We got in at the queue an hour before the buying queue and had higher numbers than people who got in like 10 minutes before. So hopefully they fix that. GMM better needs to learn how to fix it. Ticketmaster needs to learn how to work with their stuff. And yeah, I guess we'll go from there. So, you know, it is what it is. And who knows, maybe we'll get an additional day or something. I don't know. But yeah, I hope everyone was able to get a ticket who wasn't a bot or a scalper has a great time. And you know, maybe if I hope to meet a bunch of you guys over there when I go, and even if we don't have tickets, we still make it a great time. So yeah. So this is a little update. If you're listening to this by this point, this was originally recorded, I think the night I had tried to get the tickets, or the day. So this is future me, right? Future me. It is Friday, March 27th, when we are recording this little part. There has been an update from TICKETMASTER, who is the ticketing company that did for LOL Fest. It's a Ticketmaster company. It's always Ticketmaster. But can I just say, reading the statement, way better than the Ticketmaster we have here. I'm kind of pissed that they don't do this here. But they have basically said an update. Following a thorough investigation, the company has identified that during ticket on sale period, the system was subjected to an extraordinarily high volume of access attempts from automatic programs, aka bots, both domestically and internationally, totaling in hundreds of millions of requests, which is not a lie. There was over 1 million people in that queue. This resulted in an abnormal traffic levels, extended queuing times, and a significant numbers of seats reservations being held without completed payment. As a result, genuine customers experienced delays and difficulties in securing tickets. TTM does not support or condone the resale of tickets at inflated prices. The company is actively investigating and tracking transactions that may violate ticket purchase terms and conditions. Customers who encounter suspicious resale activities are encouraged to report them to the event organizer and to TTM. Then they add their email. So in collaboration, so basically, because I'm not going to read this whole thing, what Thai Ticket has announced since the whole thing has gone on, because there have been a lot of complaints online. It's been very clear when they say internationally that who has basically gotten a lot of tickets, because from what I saw past the days after the tickets initially went on sale, I was seeing listings that people were posting from like Chinese resale websites, like in China, because they were all in Chinese. I have gotten a few like Instagram posts of these companies saying, hey, if you didn't get tickets, we did, so why don't you buy from us? And that's fucked up, because it's like we were actively trying. So what the Thai Ticketmaster has basically apologized due to the inconvenience, and that at this moment they are going to be basically looking for all these tickets that have been like claimed through bots, and then they're going to do another resale. They're going to do another sale. Basically, details regarding the next ticket release will be announced in due course through official channels. So it looks like they're going to reclaim tickets from all these bot websites, and hopefully a lot more fans get it. So I know that was like a jumble, right, Lilia? Was that a jumble? But the point was there. So basically what we're saying is there might be a second chance for me to try to get a ticket, which is that ends up being the case. I will be going for a lower tier ticket this time instead of a high tier ticket. And who knows, maybe this means I'll actually get, I mean, I'm still going to Thailand at that time, but maybe this means I actually will get to go to LOL Fest. But you know what kind of sucks about that whole thing? Is that this is technically still a Ticketmaster company. They don't do that shit here. They don't. And that's sad. But it just shows kind of like how in Asia, they have way stricter resale ticket laws. Like in Korea, you can't buy a resale ticket. They recently, I think, busted some dude who was posing as like who was selling who's like scalping 17 tickets recently. And the same in Japan, like because they put your names on it and everything. So it's really hard to resell them. So in my opinion, I think this is great. I'm really happy to hear this. And I really hope that, whether or not I get a ticket,
I really hope that this still means that more actual fans will get tickets and it's not just bots and it's not resellers. So here's hoping. The only sad thing is that means I'm going to have to do this all over again. So
I believe in you.
well, maybe you could help me. We could do 2 email. I mean, actually, I don't want to risk it and do 2 emails with my name in it because you have to I put my passport ID in one of them because that might null and void mine. But at the very least, yeah, let's just hope that this means I actually have a chance. So if I do get a ticket or not, we will maybe do like another mini episode updating that with my ticket experience. So here's hoping to everyone who didn't get a ticket gets it this time. And, fuck you bots and fuck you scalpers. Fuck you Ticketmaster. Just in general. All right, bye guys. All right, guys, that's it for this entry. Make sure to follow us on all of our social media accounts. On Twitter, you can find us at FG Diaries Pod. On Tumblr, TikTok, and Instagram, you'll find us at FG Diaries Podcast. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and hope you all have a wonderful fangirly day.